Ah, my nose is dislocated. Now, before we get into this one, oh, you can see my face on an FTW. Gee. I just wanted to say that this video is sponsored by the lovely guys over at NordVPN. If you don't know what NordVPN does, it's an application that provides you with anonymity, privacy, and security on whatever device you happen to be using. It can basically allow you to appear as though you are from anywhere in the world when you're browsing online. If you want to be American for the day, you can be. If you want to be German for the day, then feel free. Doesn't change the birth certificate though, so you'd have to like... Now obviously for security purposes and not wanting to be traced, it's very self-explanatory. It provides you with a level of privacy. When it comes to the geolocation part of this, it means that you can browse through the American version of Netflix, for example, if there's shows or documentaries that aren't available here in the UK, and it can be used on up to 6 different devices. But for you guys at home who are into football, I imagine you are, if you're on a channel, we do talk about it occasionally. If there's a certain game that's geo-locked to a certain location on a certain channel in a certain country, you'll be able to open it up and view it from wherever you are. So it's very, very useful. And I'll be honest with you, that's what I use it on as well. And what's even better is I can give you a massive discount on the bundle. If you follow the link down in the description or in the pinned comment on this video, you'll be able to get 70% off a 2-year bundle as well as your first month for free with my promo code FNG. Once again, the link is down there. And if you don't like it, you're not satisfied for whatever reason, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you might as well test it. You might as well trial it out. Go and download it now. So then he was like, oh yeah, actually, no, I think your haircut's pretty good.
Who is having that conversation?
Yo guys, it is your boy, interplanetarily incompetent Trimniran here, and you are watching FTW. This of course is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer during the last 7 days. It is what it says on the tin, it's pretty black and white. Ah yeah, I said black. Right, sorry lads, I know you're not a massive fan. Meghan Markle hit the headlines this week after a shocking interview with Oprah Winfrey, in which she alleged that someone close to the royal family, or within the royal family, nobody knows yet, said that they were going to have conversations because her baby was going to be too dark. Ball in, it's Markle! Has well and truly hit the fan. People are calling for an end to the monarchy as we know it. We might as well put Buckingham Palace to good use. Let's just have a flipping massive Prism nightclub there. I've not even chosen a good nightclub. Good Morning Britain host Piers Morgan left his role after comments he made about Meghan Markle. I guess he really just can't hack the criticism. Hey, alright? Oh, I've got a... Oh, it says this geezer again. Hang on a second, lads. Alright, Piers? Yeah, no, I think you've got the wrong phone number. Yeah, no, I'm not Madeline. Sorry. On to the football, though, now. In the Champions League, Borussia Dortmund are through to the quarterfinals with victory over Sevilla. We saw a brace from Erling Haaland to see the German side through. This guy is actually unbelievable. Why is he lifting him up as if he's about to steal his lunch money? I don't care what anyone says. This man was created in Area 51. If we'd have actually stormed the gaff in 2019, we'd have found E.T. and his headband. If Dortmund plugged him into a PC at the training ground, he'd double up as tech support. He's already breaking records. His goal scoring is phenomenal. I can't wait for him to beat Cristiano Ronaldo's record, only for a Yugoslavian striker from 1857 BC to claim that they've got more than he has. Pele's out there somewhere already preparing footage of goals he scored against his 3-year-old great-grandson. There was drama with VAR after Dortmund had a goal disallowed, then were given a penalty for an infringement in the build-up, only for the penalty to be saved by Sevilla's goalkeeper. He was adjudged to be off his line and the retake was scored by Haaland. But in celebrating the penalty save, Sevilla's goalkeeper shouted something at Haaland. He then very much returned the favour after putting in the retake. We can, however, confirm what was actually said between the pair.
You know who I am?
Do I care?
Ronnie Pickering!
Oh?
Ronnie Pickering!
Who the fuck's that?
It's a shithousery award for the Norwegian. The thing is about Haaland, right? He might be good, but can he sign up for a new account on Facebook? No. Meanwhile, in and amongst all of that, fellow Borussia Dortmund forward Jadon Sancho has got his mind on other things, and that's learning how to be German.
The motivation. I think we know what we're capable of, and you know, the recent weeks haven't been so good and we haven't got the results we wanted, but...
Over to Paris Saint-Germain versus Barcelona, and it should have been a reunion for Lionel Messi and Neymar, but the Brazilian was a little bit preoccupied. During midweek, the former Barcelona man was officially ruled out for the tie, and this video right here is going out on his sister's birthday. So as we speak... No, I can't say that, actually. That's a crazy... So yeah, basically just shagging, innit, I think is really the way to sum it up. Under the circumstance. Even with Neymar collecting his holiday pay, Paris Saint-Germain still advanced to the next round of the Champions League, knocking out Barcelona. And prior to the game, a PSG fan rented an entire hotel room where the Barcelona squad was and set off the hotel fire alarm at 5 AM to disrupt their sleep. 3 years in prison, look, it's worth it. You're through to the quarters. It was a mixed evening for Lionel Messi, who scored an absolute screamer, then missed a vital penalty. At this point, just skedaddle out of there, fam. I know how he voted in the Barcelona presidential election. And reigning Serie A champions Juventus were dumped out of Europe as well after an away goals defeat to Porto. Mate, if I'm the Juve board, this man's gone before we've even got into additional time. I'll personally send him to the job centre in an Uber that I've paid for just to get him out of here. It's fair to say it's a massive underachievement for Andrea Pirlo and this Juventus side. Many are suggesting he should be allowed to rebuild the squad. What's the rebuild even gonna look like? All this man has on his CV is work experience. The guy's got the job on an internship. It's a dark day for Juventus. A dark season, if anything. Fuck's sake, I know you don't like dark, okay? But it's just a word in this situation. What I will say is, though, it was an unreal game with twists and turns all over the place. A ton of goals, a red card, Marco Grujic pulling the Sergio Busquets technique, yet seemingly no journalists had anything to ask the Porto manager in the press conference.
Gostaria que colocassem as vossas questões. Neste momento não vejo... Não há
Nem
nenhum...
aqui português, é?
Só não...
Pronto.
Então pronto.
Para tu veres.
Ok. É isso. Muito bem.
Alright, fuck off to you two. If I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm bunning off even going back to the changing rooms. I'm checking out at the local airport, probably not fully closed because I didn't go to the changing room. And I'm jumping on the 9:57 PM Ryanair to wherever it's going. He probably can afford to do something other than Ryanair, realistically. Big Ron might be muscular, handsome, athletically gifted and associated with Juventus, but unfortunately, one of those things isn't true for me. Instead, I'm associated with this shit show.
Sorry, can't do this.
Look, let's just get it out of the way. I know you all know it's coming. He has quite excellent timekeeping. But on this, we're actually going to analyse some croquet. I don't need football in my life. Oh, go on, Janine. Did he just hit a woman in the crowd? This is a more violent game than I thought it was. This is actually a game for people who are 63 years old. If you play this and you're young, I'm afraid to tell you, you were born at age 63. As you may be able to tell, Liverpool kept their awful home run going with yet another defeat, this time at the hands of Fulham. My tweet about Brentford and Fulham hasn't really aged that well overall. I can't lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Jurgen, mate, how many times have we lost at home in a row now, geezer? I can't lie, lads, I just don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to cope with this. I might have to turn to alcohol. I'm already an alcoholic. We've just lost to this man and his bowl haircut. You know what, though? I don't know why I'm even stressed thinking about it, because technically we're still top of the league, so I think we're actually okay. In fairness, I don't know what we actually expected going into this game with this lineup. We've got an average age in that defense of 12. I didn't think I'd ever say this, but Namibia's Liverpool supporting president was also depressed about the situation. We, the supporters of Liverpool, have been walking alone for a while now. Sadly, we are becoming orphans because our team is dying. I'm not gonna lie, Hage, that seems a little bit overdramatic, but if you do you. Like, the thing is, this guy has the power to actually call Jurgen Klopp a war criminal, so I think he just goes for it. The latest centre-back on the conveyor belt of non-functional limbs is Ozan Kabak. I'm convinced that there's not a single centre-back at this club that isn't actually just made out of liquid. Meanwhile, Jurgen Klopp doesn't even know who our other January centre-back recruit is.
Ben Davies, Preston.
Tottenham. So Ben Davies as well, right?
I think there's another one.
I'm genuinely convinced the Ben Davies transfer never actually happened.
It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up.
It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication.
And what's even worse is on the same day, United ended Manchester rivals City's 20-game winning run. You miracle-grown needing longitudinal tiki-taka merchant. You had one job. Bruno Fernandes scored yet another penalty, this time physically within the first minute of the game.
Another one?
Why does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just become prime Sir Alex Ferguson like 6 times a season? Furthermore, how has Luke Shaw become prime Roberto Carlos? Can someone check his ID? I'm pretty sure it's not actually the same guy. It's gotta be. Next up though, and it turns out a prince wasn't the only Harry exposing the palace this week, as Harry Kane did, and this is a technical term, a mazza against Roy Hodgson's men. I feel bad for Roy, man. He's witnessed 2 world wars and this is how he's treated. He might as well take his walking stick off him whilst you're at it. Couple of the goals in this one were Harry Kane assisting Gareth Bale, and after the combination of Kane assisting Son and vice versa, I can only imagine how distraught and betrayed the Korean was feeling.
Hey, yo, don't let him do that.
I've been there for you since day one!
Meanwhile, on the other side of North London, and Arsenal drew 1-1 with Burnley. This thanks to a beautiful cross and assist from Granit Xhaka. To a Burnley player. Oh, I see. He didn't. If you've got him on fantasy football, you've been robbed of an extra 4 points. Equally, if you've got him on fantasy football, you probably wear socks and sandals at the same time. Fair to say, Arsenal fan TV were in ruins upon seeing it.
Just go long, go long.
Go long, go long. Go long, go long, go long, go long. What's that, Granit? I had this passing out from the back.
The controversial moment in this game came when Eric Peters appeared to handle the ball in the penalty area, and I don't really know how it's not a pen. I mean, at this point, if you're not going to give that, he probably could have blocked it, picked the ball up, double-footed the forward, shagged the referee's wife in the middle of the centre circle, and he's probably still not getting a yellow card. What it does mean, though, is an extra point for Arsenal, and now being on 38, you'd argue they are safe from relegation. Over in Germany, and after the miscommunication between Leipzig teammates Peter Gulaschi and Tyler Adams last week, they're finally back on the same wavelength now. There's the news that after almost 30 years of sponsorship, Pirelli may not be seen on Inter shirts from next season, and instead they might be sponsored by an international adult website in a deal worth £20 million. Imagine websites like that sponsored every football club. We'd be sponsored by Viagra because we never perform when required. Back to the Bundesliga though now, and with Hoffenheim 2-1 up against Wolfsburg, the trailing side sent their goalkeeper forward. He was getting back, trying to prevent Hoffenheim from scoring into an empty net, when this happened. Nah, mate, eyes on the ball only. The game's gone if you give that as a foul. The most ridiculous thing about this is that Wolfsburg were 2-1 down in the first place. They were gonna lose anyway. It's not worth the 17-game suspension for a bit more goal difference. Regardless, it's a shithousery award for Wolfsburg's Paulo Ottavio. Back to the UK and north of the border, Rangers, led by Steven Gerrard, are your new Scottish Premier League champions. And it's the first time they've won it since being dissolved and relegated down to the Scottish League 2. Stevie G was loving life. He got the bevs in for the rest of the players and was celebrating with them in the changing rooms. Old firm rivals Celtic weren't enjoying it quite as much, with this banner being flown over their 0-0 draw against Dundee United. And staying in Scotland, one Aberdeen fan and prankster managed to trick betting companies into thinking a mysterious man by the name of Ross Nicholson was in the running for the vacant Aberdeen job. They made a fake Wikipedia page for the guy, which I'm good has had no information on it, but did show that he was currently manager of Czech side Disney Exist, which translates to doesn't exist if we're taking it out of Scottish slang. Mate, he's from Aberdeen, he knows the city well, just give him the gig. To be fair, whoever he is, he could probably put a better shift in at Celtic right now, so... Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back, by popular demand, for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes the beautiful game. Over in Brazil, and Hulk has returned home after a spell in China, and he's just being his usual self, really. He definitely bench presses 6-story buildings in his spare time. There's a story in Italy of Zlatan Ibrahimovic convincing an AC Milan fan to take him to a music festival on his motorbike. The Swedish striker was stuck in traffic and was going to be late for his appearance at the festival before stumbling upon the fan and getting on the back of the bike. This is where it was actually Romelu Lukaku in disguise, and closer to home, and you know what they say, don't meet your heroes.
Gary, I'm a hero.
I'm on the phone, mate. What are you doing?
Look, Gary's a busy man, alright, we'll let him off. At least he didn't spit at anybody. Now, I'm not sure where this clip is from, but we've got below average conditions going on, it's fair to say. Is this game being played in a leisure centre or something? How's it not been called off? Over in the Malaysian 2nd division, and one referee was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Whoever this defender is, he's fed up, man. He doesn't care. His team's losing 16-0. It's a red card and a penalty to the officials. The linesman stepped up and he's ready to take it. We've got the definition of footballing ability over in Russia. Meanwhile, after a goalkeeper in Mexico got injured but wasn't replaced, the opposition saw their chance to take advantage of it.
Distribuye hacia atrás, Richard Sánchez, y cuidado que puede venir las Águilas del América, disparo de larga distancia, ¡golazo!
Now though, it is time for the moment you've all been waiting for, because over in Romania, former Everton striker and now Dinamo Bucharest striker Magai has tested positive for a very banned substance after a cup game against FCSB. The banned substance being cocaine, which is hardly ideal. Sounds like we've sparked someone's interest already. The best part about this story is that his own team requested a drugs test because they were suspicious of the opposition. Now that it's time for Still at 0-0, and you guys know the score by now, this is a segment of the show where I bring you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. And this week we've actually got one of my favourite clips, and I don't even really know why. And it comes in the form of Dorking Wanderers footballer Jake Gallagher, who's about to receive the ball from the goalkeeper and become Brazilian for no apparent reason.
Ipswich Town have just scored, so it's 1-1 there. Good touch. Oh, hello. Good touch by Jake Gallagher. He doesn't... He's on the dancing on ice. He was there. I gave him 7. It was a cracking little pirouette by Jake Gallagher.
What? I love it. There's not a single member of the opposition within a square mile of him, but he's brought out the 5-star skills. On to the weird stuff though now. I didn't mean that weird. That's just a little bit outlandish. Over in the Czech Republic, and we've got one of the more interesting corner techniques. The manager of Italian side Bologna has hit the headlines for his extravagant dress styles recently. He took it to a whole new level with these Jordans, which don't go with the outfit, but I mean, look, I rate the guy for trying. And finally, we have something actually rather terrifying that happened in Colombia on their branch of ESPN. Now, they were doing some analysis of a game that was happening, and the green screen on one of the sides of the studio fell and impacted with one of the pundits that was talking about the game. Now, they quickly moved the cameras away, but the guy got flattened into 2D. My man got ironed and folded. Thankfully, obviously, he's okay, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it like this. I obviously wish said pundit a speedy recovery, but Colombia ESPN, at least use gaffer tape or something on your TV screens. That's just not what you use. That, though, is going to be it for football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at the official FNG on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.